All right, guys, what's up? And welcome back to Tactical Ashigarami TV. If you guys see the caption and the thumbnail, you pretty much know what's going to be coming up next. Just to get this out there first, okay? I do not support the sale or modification of dangerous or illegal weapons. There are no firearms in this video. Everything here is an imitation or a toy or whatever you want to call it. It is licensed, but it is not real. It is not real. Notice the styling of the magazine. This is an imitation or replica. Okay, just to kind of get that out there for YouTube and for who it may concern. Okay, what we have here in front of us, for those of you guys who are OG viewers of the channel, is the Umarex VFC Glock 45 gas blowback. And I do plan on doing similar videos like this with other platforms that I still do own, in a similar format where I can put these out and more than likely the videos won't be demonetized. For those of you guys who do know, this particular replica, or whatever you want to call it, did the most views ever out of any airsoft video on my channel. The Glock 45 was pretty much the most viewed video ever. The original review and the gameplays, a lot of which, or all of them for that matter, were taken down last year due to monetization concerns. So we're back at it. You can expect to see some more feature gameplays in the future, hopefully. Yeah, a little bit more with this particular gas blowback. We'll do the same thing with probably with the other platforms as well. We might feature them in the same way, but we're going to get into pretty much what this thing entails. For those of you guys who don't know, we're going to segue into some other stuff as well. So here we are. We have the Umarex VFC Glock 45, which is a replica of the realistic Glock 45. For those of you guys who don't know what that is, basically at one point in time, there was a pistol program, you know, for the actual firearm itself, where they had SIG going up against Glock, going up against Beretta, or whatever the case is. I think the FNX 45 might have been in there too. Could be wrong. But it was the A3, the 320, and the 19X. And they were pretty much going head to head in terms of what would be the sidearm for the military. That of which is now is the SIG 320. But the 19X was the original version that was pretty much made. And the whole idea of it was to get the Glock 17 frame, okay, on the 19 slide. So just so you know, we'll do one rack on this, just so you guys know that there's nothing inside of this here. This is an imitation. Only one rack, okay? There we go. And that's clear. There's absolutely nothing inside of here, okay? Nothing, okay? It's completely dry. But anyway, the whole design scheme pretty much is the same as the 19X, with a couple of features that they do have on this one, which makes it pretty much a true Gen 5. So you have the flared magwell, which is very good for reloading. It's very, very good for reloading. Very, very good for pretty much overall management and mechanics. You have your pretty much your standardized Glock trigger, okay? That does feel very realistic and crisp. And you also have the front serrations as well. Now, my slide is a little bit beat up because I've had mine for quite some time. I'm actually going to field this in a game sometime later today. It is pretty much the early morning hours here in Japan. And yeah, pretty much I'm cleaning this thing now because I'm going to get it ready. But I just decided pretty much to make a video because I don't think any Glock 45 content up at the moment. So you will be seeing some gameplays. But anyway, going back into this bad boy, it is, I think in my opinion, definitely the most popular airsoft product I've ever featured. And for a lot of good reasons. It's compact. This particular model is very light as well. There were a couple of people that saw my video initially and they just went and they just bought it and they loved the purchase. So, you know, I don't have those links up. I can no longer post those links, guys. And I also cannot show modifications on my channel. So for those of you guys that are interested in links and modifications, just send me a message or contact me more than likely. But those videos are going to be up on Patreon. Like, they cannot be on YouTube whatsoever. I'm not even going to even put the magazine inside of the magwell. That's how strict I'm going to be here, guys. Okay, so we're just going to try our best to not to break any rules. That's the most important thing that we want to try to keep consistent, especially now on the channel. But yes, definitely, it's extremely light, extremely versatile, and it does run on 134. The only problem is that in the winter time here, it doesn't run that well on gas unless you have a really good magazine warmer. And these magazines, this one is pretty much worn from the abuse over the last several years. Very similar to the Tokyo Marui magazine. However, it is not a Tokyo Marui magazine, right? So the way how the valves work, they're a little bit different. When you fill it up, it does not, make the same noise as the Marui mag does, and it performs a little bit differently. They say it has some, I would say, a little bit more gas efficiency than the Marui, but I don't know if that's exactly the case, if you ask me, per se. But I do know that it does perform really well when it is warm. So, yeah, in the wintertime, probably on something like maybe green gas, it'll run a lot better for you in those countries that you guys are in, where you can use stronger gas sources than those of us that are still in Japan, unfortunately. And yeah, as long as the magazine is warm, you can run it, and you guys should have no problem, I think, in those slightly colder temperatures. But in the summer, yeah, this thing definitely is a beamer. It's very, very light, and it might even seem bigger on camera, but when it's in the palm of your hand, it's very, 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 very compact. Okay, let me just bring the camera out a little bit so you guys can get a better image. There we go. Perfect. Right? Pardon my my desk if you can see my documents. But anyway, yeah, definitely a true Gen 5. You have all of the features that you have on the Glock 17 Gen 5. The system, the hop system, is also exactly the same. So it does have a rotary hop system that you do manipulate with a Allen key that you do get. And even if you don't have the Allen key, you can just twist the hop lever inside of the slide. I'm not going to pull this apart at all because I just don't want those issues, right? You have your slide release on both sides here, just like the real Gen 5. So you have one on the left and you have one on the right. The mag release button is also ambi as well. Well, not ambi out of the box, but you can switch the position if you need to from left to right. So it does have that friendly feature as well. So you can get a little bit more flexibility with that. And it does have some part compatibility, I think. Well, I don't know about compatibility with other brands. That's the thing with this particular model that I've always had a lot of questions about. And I have had people come into my comment section and tell me, hey, that what, as far as compatibility, it doesn't really offer that much in terms of, options. However, there are a lot of parts available for this particular model, so it is definitely worth, I think, trying, at least for the most part. They do have slide options and things like that, barrel options and threads that you can look into if you're looking to put something like maybe a tracer on it or a suppressor. Out of the box, I don't think there's a lot that you really need to change. I've had mine now for about 2.5 to 3 years, and it has held up pretty, for the most part. I would say it's held up well. Pretty much almost as like the other VFC replica that I own, which is the HK45 Compact Tactical. Both of those, I can say honestly, are the best VFC products that I do own. I don't own a lot of VFC products, outside of, maybe a few of the things that they have in their pistol lineup, which include the 17 and, if you guys have been watching my channel, you know how I feel about the VP9. It's a bit of a love-hate relationship. But nonetheless, this is still, to this very day, an amazing piece of kit, and definitely something that I think is worth checking out at least. I'm a big Marui guy. Most of the products that I do have here at Tokyo Marui, pretty much because in terms of just, compatibility and part availability in Japan and overall support, you get way more out of a Tokyo Marui. And that's just what it is, right? I didn't get the chance to feature the build that I did, the Glock 19 build that I did. I don't think I've done that at all on this channel. But as I mentioned before, I think this is the safest way to make these kind of videos. And I do plan at some point in making that kind of video on this channel. Something similar to this, so you guys can kind of see what the builds are like. I can't really go into detail in terms of, pulling things apart and showing you customizations. That's going to cause problems. So if you want to see that, you have to comment in the comment section and subscribe to the Patreon, right? As I mentioned before, those videos are going to be up on that platform. I can't do that here. Links are a no-no. Breakdowns are a no-no. Modifications are a no-no, right? Disassembly is also a no-no. So I can't even show disassembly stuff for the Mark 18 and things like that I promised originally. If you guys want that, I know I've been experimenting with a lot of kit for a long time, but those videos are very, very risky, and they can cause a lot of problems for creators that are monetized. So I'm very, very sorry, and I promise I will try my best to accommodate everyone on here. But back to the product, back to the Glock. This thing is amazing. I will run this a little bit later, so I'm looking forward to getting some more gameplay for you guys. So look out for that Glock 45 gameplay that will be coming. And we're going to try to get as much hits as possible, as well as the Honey Badger gameplay that will be coming as well. I'm looking forward to running that too, all right? So once again, guys, thank you so much for watching my channel. I really appreciate it a lot. For those of you that are brand new, I hope you enjoy the content, and I will put out as much of it as I possibly can while I'm here. And I hope that everyone finds the videos educational, interesting, entertaining, fun, or whatever however you might find them, and we will try to, keep things in a simple and personal realm. All right, guys. So once again, this is Tactical Ashigarami TV, and this is the Glock 45 Revisited, one of the best products I've ever featured on Tactical Ashigarami TV, and it's making its comeback. So take care, guys. See you soon. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the noti bell and all that good jazz. If you ain't tapping in, you're tapping out. Peace out.